Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into something super cool, Solana. That's right, the super speedy blockchain that's been catching a lot of eyes. Why? Because it's fast and it's cheap to use and it's got a lot of people talking. The token is SOL, S-O-L, and it's at the heart of everything happening on Solana. Now, before we get into the details of what we're going to see, a quick important reminder. The content shared here is educational and informational purpose only. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not a financial advice. What I share are my personal opinions and my personal calculations, my take on the market, and it's not financial advice or investment recommendations. The world of investing is risky and always uncertain, so please do your own research and consider consulting with a professional before making any financial moves. Remember, your investments are your responsibility, and I'm here to share insights and not guide your investment strategy. So what is Solana? Solana is a bit like a Usain Bolt for the blockchain world. It's super fast, is incredibly efficient, and it's breaking records left and right. At its core, Solana is a blockchain platform, and it's designed to support decentralized applications, dApps, and cryptocurrencies, just like Ethereum does. But here's the thing. It can process thousands of transactions per second without breaking a sweat. And it does this with very low transaction fees. That's because of its unique technology, which includes something called proof of history. And it allows a massive volume of transaction super quickly. Its native token, SOL, S-O-L, is the powerhouse that keeps Solana ecosystem buzzing everywhere in the world every day. It's paying for the transaction fees, it's staking and securing the network. So why is Solana so hot right now? First off, its speed and efficiencies are a big deal. And it's a big deal in the crypto world. In a world where we expect things to happen instantly, Solana delivers. It's making it a go-to for developers looking to build fast, scalable dApps without the headache of high fees and slow processing times. Second, its technology is really cutting edge. The whole proof of history concept is like incredible. So to understand the proof of history, POH, let's first take a quick step back and think about how traditional blockchain works. So usually they rely on consensus mechanism like proof of work, POW, or proof of stake, which you probably heard already, POS, to agree on the order of transactions. This process ensures security and integrity, but can slow things down and increase costs, especially when the transaction piles up. Now, the proof of history, which is not a consensus mechanism by itself, but is still super efficient. So what it does is that it allows the network to keep a record of transactions in a way that proves when they occurred, so relative to each other. This is done by using a sequence of computation. I mean, you probably don't need all that, but it's good to know. And these sequence of computation, what they do, they can be done in order and take a certain amount of time to complete. And it creates a historical records that is actually verifiable. Solana is super cool, and frankly, to me, it's one of the winners of this rally. For sure, it's already proven its power. So I'm going to take a look at Solana. As you can see, I've already drawn some stuff here, and it's been a while, so I have to adjust a little bit. This was the resistance line, and I have to move it up now. We have a new high, and let's take a quick look on a bigger scale here. So So first of all, let's take a look at it all-time high, which is 260. That's a very big deal because we're really close to its all-time high. So it's really great, actually. We didn't pass it like Bitcoin did, but it's really fine. It's really fine. We're really on our course to pass it. And Solana looks absolutely bullish. It's really, I mean, if we're looking at a weekly candle, we can see that right now we're stuck on this resistance line, but we're going to pass it no problem. So first of all, we're going to see if there are any divergences. Like those of you who know me now, they know that divergences is my secret weapon, and I've been using them for like about 8 years now on the market, on the stock market, on the crypto market. They have been pretty solid technical analysis tool for me. And it's even more efficient with crypto because crypto doesn't make you sit through piles of company reports and records and annual reports, earnings, stuff like that, news, everything. It's a lot more speculative, so they tend to work better on a system like crypto, a market like crypto. So yeah, I'm keeping my divergence. I'll eventually create a video to explain what exactly, how it works or how I make it work, whatever, to give you an idea of what is it that I'm actually using. So right now, when we're looking at divergences on a very big scale, that's what we're trying to do if TradingView works for us. Well, we really can't because Solana doesn't have actually a history that is long enough for us to analyze on a monthly basis and even on a weekly basis. But we're going to look at a daily basis here. And what we see is that, first of all, well, what jumps to the eyes is that we're having some sort of M here, but all the cryptos have some sort of the same pattern, so it's fine. But this is not good. To me, the crypto market right now is overvalued, and I think it's normal because we're preceding a halving, and frankly, so the halving is in April between the 16 and the 20. I think it's the 16 officially, but we have to know something. The rally usually, the halving usually, is not a time where we're passing a bunch of all-time highs. And right now we've passed several times Bitcoin multiple all-time highs, which is not normal. Historically speaking, it happens about like 6 months after a halving, not before a halving. So that makes things a little bit crazier. But we are overvalued for the time that we are. If we compare to a historically speaking market, if we compare previous charts, we're really over what we should be right now. So it's totally fine if Solana falls a little bit and readjust. Right now, though, I see that it's on its way to go back up and pass a new high, not a new all-time high, but maybe get very close to the all-time high. So here we're seeing divergences on the MACD right away on the bottom. And seeing divergences on the bottom is always a good sign. Bottom divergences are always mean that the price is going to go up. So if we're looking at our bottoms here, so if we're looking, let's look first at the bottoms because this is a big divergence. But if we're looking at this giant arrow, and then we transfer it to the MACD indicator, we can see there is divergence. This price direction is going up, but this one is going sideways. And it's also, well, no, it's not confirmed by the RSI, but a little bit later it becomes confirmed. So what's happening here is that we have a divergence on the bottom, and that means it's going to continue up. So I'm just duplicating basically this to give me an order of time of when this should happen, but that's what I'm expecting next. I have a target price for Solana towards April to jump very much higher. We do have a divergence on the top, which is not fantastic. It's very small because it's both going in the same direction. If we're looking here, they go down. And, oh, my cat is meowing. Sorry guys, my cat really doesn't like when the doors are closed. So here we're having two tops. So divergences on the top always means it's going to go down. So on the price and on the MACD, the MACD, we still have both of them are falling. It's just not falling at the same amplitude. So and the RSI is confirming this. So to me, it's normally falling right now, which it is doing. So how do I calculate this? I'm just going to simply copy it and expect the price to be around here. But more than that, because the MACD is falling a lot more than what we see on the price, I'm going to calculate it in another way. I'm going to look at the last time it crossed before this top. And usually it works, me calculating it like that. And yeah, it should fall a lot. So I don't believe it's going to fall that much because that would be crazy, but it's totally possible. Something along these lines. Yeah, and it's not a good news, but it could fall between this range and go to $124 from 180. I think it's much of a drastic change. I believe this is overkill, although it is confirmed by the RSI, but the RSI is a lot more conservative on the fall and plans for it to fall around this. So I would say, we're looking at something like this for Solana. Maybe between 152 and 124, knowing that when a divergence goes about 80% of the target price, we can consider it to be done. So somewhere along these lines would be good. I do think, yeah, this is showing it's going to fall for sure. But I mean, it's just temporary. The whole crypto market right now needs to readjust a little bit. It was a lot overvalued, so it needs to fall in order to really go up in a more healthy fashion. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do think we're going to fall a little bit right now, but it's totally fine because after that, we're going to go back up. Although it is going to create a new low. So probably we'll have to recalculate this divergence to match the new low. So probably something along these lines, like calculating it from here to here, something like that. And then we can expect then after that for it to go back up and to go back up to the previous high. I mean the high that it did here. So it's totally fine, except that it may take a month to get there, which is good. I mean, right now, I do believe that we are entering into a little bit of a slow period, pre-halving. I do think that I do see a small divergence here. So I do see a small divergence here. That is showing me that it's going to go back up in the short term. So given that we are looking at a low here, given that we are looking at an actual bottom, then we can calculate a divergence around these lines. But if it falls further down, which I'm assuming it will, then this is a fake bottom. But I'd say it's a good one right now. Then we could expect it to go back up to, well, it did go back up there, so I guess it was a real divergence. But I do think we're going to continue falling a little bit. That's it, folks. Let's wrap up our Solana story for April 2024, but probably to May, something along these lines. It's always great to look at Solana and look at the price because we all trust in it. And remember that the crypto market is a place of constant surprises and shifts. So keep a close eye keep a close eye, sorry, on those divergences like I will do. And if you find this analysis helpful or insightful, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Your support is incredibly valuable to us and helps keep this channel going. So until the next video, keep those analysis hat, stay informed, and let's ride the crypto wave together.